Zach with Web3 Reviews. Thank you for being with us. Today, it is Monday, June 30th. We're going to be talking about the crypto market. Let's go. Remember that none of this is financial advice. XRP currently sitting at $2.18. Man, you guys remember last Monday, or is it too far out of your minds? Last Monday, we were down in the depths of despair. Crypto was going down. XRP was sub $2. Bitcoin was sub 100K. People thought the sky was falling. Dude, we were arguably going to war with Iran. We were bombing the Middle East. People were losing their minds. I saw a video of some lady working at Amazon.
I just want to know how I'm supposed to do my job when we bombed Iran and we're just supposed to like go around about. We're just supposed to get these boxes out without being worried. I just need somebody to explain to me how I'm supposed to not crash out.
She said, how am I supposed to keep working when we're bombing Iran? I think it was Charlie Kirk who said it. He said, unironically, if she just would have stayed offline, if she wouldn't be on the internet, she wouldn't know what's happening in the world and she wouldn't care. Dude, sometimes you can only care about the things happening in your backyard, okay? Especially when it comes to getting worked up about things. I'm sorry. Things that are happening in other parts of the world don't work me up. Now, when it's somebody in my backyard talking about communism coming to America, coming to New York City, a place that I love, a place that I have family from, fuck no, dude. That's my backyard right there. It's a slippery slope, man. You start with New York City, and then you know LA's next, and then you know Seattle's next, and you know Oregon's next, and it just keeps going, man, until all these coastal liberal cities are actual places of communism. They take your guns, they lock you up for Facebook posts. You know, it's just like the UK, it's just like Australia. They throw you in a cage for not getting a COVID vaccine. I'm not here for that shit, man. And that's half the reason I'm playing crypto. You want to be rich, man. You don't want to be poor. If you're poor, your only thought process is, maybe the government will steal from the rich and give to me. Dude, I've been that guy at the bottom, bro. I've been that guy who flipped off the guy in the Ferrari. And I needed a fucking whole mentality change. For real, I was a dishwasher at the motherfucking Cheesecake Factory, bro. I was. And when a Ferrari drove past me, I thought, fuck that guy, dude. I thought I'll never be that guy. But the truth is, bro, if you tell yourself that shit, then it's true that you will never be that guy. Instead, you should be thinking, what did that guy do that I can replicate? How can I be like him? You see a guy in a Ferrari, you should think, fuck yeah, dude. It's still possible. It's still fucking doable. I can do it too. Why not me? And I'm playing crypto. That's my medium of exchange here is cryptocurrency. I use Xrp and Flr like a motherfucking bank account. You know what I mean? Because why would I have paper dollars? Oh man, speaking of, we gotta watch this clip from Sailor.
Plan to hodl through all the cycles, you know, and weather those, you know, whatever 80% downturns when the crypto markets are in a bear market.
Yeah, again, I just disagree with your characterization. I don't expect an 80% downturn. I don't think it's a speculative asset, and I don't think you can quote unquote take money off the table. You know, you're speaking like a crypto trader right now, right? Yeah, I mean, maybe you're doing it just to represent their interest, but I don't see the world that way. I think that Bitcoin is sound money. It's the technically superior asset class compared to the dollar, the euro, the peso, the bolivar, compared to a stock index, compared to gold, compared to silver, compared to everything you can conceivably buy. It is technically, thermodynamically superior as an asset. So when you say things like that to me, and maybe you just do it just to see what I'll say back, I just imagine you preaching to me in Argentina while you're asking me if I'm going to sell the dollars and buy pesos back again as the peso sleeps from 20 to the dollar to 40 to the dollar to 80 to the dollar. Or if we're in, you know, Venezuela. I mean, you think a Venezuelan company is going to like, quote unquote, take some money off the table by selling their U.S. stocks and their U.S. dollars to buy back into local currencies? Or then, you know, in Zimbabwe, you think they would take money off the table, right? Like the point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura. Forever.
Right.
This is some of the funniest shit I've ever seen. My digital asset investor posted this. That's fucking comedy. This guy just keeps naming broke countries. He's you think Zimbabwe cares about fucking their paper dollar? You think Salvador cares about their paper dollar? He just keeps going. Like, he names more and more broke countries. That was hilarious, dude. The look on his face too, man. It almost reminds me of when they took Pompliano off the seat as being the paid show. Because you can only be the paid show for so long before the true nature underneath the mask starts to show through. Nobody's an idiot for that long. Nobody can be prodded and pressed for that long and continue telling the lie without their true feelings and thoughts starting to show through under the mask. You guys remember that Brad Garlinghouse Pompliano interview where Brad G asked Pomp, do you think that the Chinese Communist Party can control the computers running in their country? And Pompliano said no. And of course, they were talking about Bitcoin miners, and Pompliano is forced to say no. He's paid by those with vested interest in Bitcoin, okay? He's a paid show. He might actually be on the same team that Brad G and these guys are on. Brad G and them are just on the opposite side of it, where they're the dark horse. Bitcoin is supposed to be that white knight in shining armor, down to banks. We got to help everybody and go bottom up. Anyone could run a Bitcoin miner. Of course, that was back in the day. Now you need a nice ASIC chip, right? And meanwhile, XRP is the black sheep. Okay, because they're working with regulators. Ripple's out here trying to lay the rails for the next financial system, which is going to enhance all these financial institutions. It's not going to take away from them. It's going to give them more freedom. It's going to allow them to move money faster. It's going to allow them to move money more efficiently. And that's ultimately what we need, man. We need technology to make things better. We need an easement on the friction that comes with remittances, that comes with purchases. We need an easement on microtransactions for the people who are pretty much locked out of the world's economy because they make so little every day. It doesn't even make sense for them to get paid every day. Brad G said it. Why don't we get paid by the hour? Why don't we get paid by the minute? And of course, we have people who are like, well, that would take way too much work from the employer. Not if it was autonomous. If it was autonomous, it would be easy as you clock out and you get your money, man. No more waiting 2 weeks. XRP is here to change the motherfucking world, dude. Like Naveen Gupta said, Ripple is here to make a dent in the universe. And Ripple hasn't gone away, man. I'd say they're here to motherfucking stay. Dude, we have people now saying that $7 isn't a bet anymore. It's a for sure thing. And you know me, as soon as we got people start saying for sure things, that's when I start looking around the room. Who's still here? We still got Blockchain Backer here. We still got DIA here. We still got Zach Rector here. Dude, we got John Deaton with us. We got a lot of OGs. I don't think it's time for us to leave the room yet. I think we have a lot of room to grow, dude. Brad Garlinghouse, he's saying 1,000%, dude. People are hyped up just based on a tweet he said. 1,000%. He didn't say nothing other than 1,000%. It was a reply to somebody too, bro. But look at Brad G trolling us here, man. He follows 589 people. And there was a time when he followed somebody new and he unfollowed somebody else. Like somebody recently got a follow from Brad G, but we saw that his peg to 589 followers did not change. So he must have unfollowed somebody. And I appreciate the trolling right there, man, because we all know that we want XRP to hit 589. I don't care if it's $5.89. The number must be hit. And with that being said, look at this. Ripple is dropping our cross appeal, and the SEC is expected to drop their appeal. As they've previously said, we're closing this chapter once and for all and focused on building what's most important, the internet of value. Lock in. XRP Crow says, been here for years. Amazing to see the internet of value unfolding before our eyes. Crypto Barbie is now quoting Trump's bio on X, because he changed it to say the golden age of America begins right now. She says Trump will make XRP great again. Dude, XRP has always been great, okay? We beat the SEC in a lawsuit. To me, it's always been the asset that stood out as the asset with the real use case, the real team of folks going after a real use case, which is what crypto's all about. If you're trying to be a part of a boat that's going to rise over the next 5, 10, 15 years, fuck just a one-off pump, dude. I'm not about a one-off pump. I don't care about sexual innuendo tokens. I don't care about celebrity endorsed tokens. I don't care about any of that shit. I don't care about meme coins. Bro, I only got so many fucks to give. I only have so many dollars to throw in the pot. And I'm throwing them on something worthwhile, dude. I'm throwing them on XRP and Flare. Flare endowed themselves to me through their airdrop, where they said, hey, if you owned one XRP, you'd get one Flare. And of course, they only gave you 15% of your allotted airdrop. But then over 3 years, they gave you the rest through monthly airdrops. And those are almost gone, okay? They're almost done. Flare's gonna be opening the doors for DeFi, for XRP, as well as for Litecoin, Bitcoin, and Doge. And that's just the start, man. Through Stargate Finance, they have 75 other chains. And the best part is, you're not gonna have to leave your chain. These guys are working out a way to be omni-chain, okay? They're gonna be able to go through all the chains without you leaving yours. If you currently had some XRP and there's nowhere to go play DeFi, but let's say there was, you wanted to go over to AAVE, you'd most likely have to go and exchange your tokens for whatever AAVE token or their stable coins, that way you could play, okay? You'd have to leave the chain. Who wants to go and make an extra transaction? What if it fucks up? What if you don't want that token? You want to hold XRP? Nick, the Crypto Crusader, gets it. He says, I think about this image almost every day. One of the main reasons why I jumped into XRP in the first place was how everything aligned with Ripple and XRP becoming a crucial piece of the new monetary system. Today, we know how close we are to this new system. We know how global asset management companies with 10 trillion AUM tokenizing billions, just the beginning, he says, and governments around the world embracing stablecoins. Digital assets and the technology behind them are now in center stage. They're too big to ignore. The craziest part about what's been happening is that Ripple has been preparing for this for over a decade, partnering with hundreds of banks trying to onboard them into the blockchain space from the beginning, all with XRP and the XRP ledger. I truly don't believe that there's any other company and project in this space more suited for what's coming than Ripple and XRP. Obviously, there will be other DLT winners, and I mention them constantly, but the one that I am so confident about is XR motherfucking P. Some say Ripple and XRP are the new system. It's a possibility, especially considering all the connections Ripple has. Just think for a moment about some of the connections. Bank of International Settlement, ISDA, Accenture, Volante, Thunes, Finastra. These are just a few organizations and core infrastructure players. Accenture and Finastra alone have over 17,000 institutional clients connected. I didn't even bother to mention the 100 plus confirmed bank partnerships or the acquisitions that allowed for even more institutional exposure. As I have mentioned before, I strongly believe there's no other company more suited for what's coming, and we already know how important XRPL is for this. And we have some people who just don't get it, man. Jeff said, genuine question, where does this staunch faith in XRP come from? Maybe I don't follow the right sources, but I've seen little in the way of actual partnerships and innovation happening on XRPL. I see news daily of businesses launching products in other chains, not XRP. You know, hey man, if you can't see it, if you can't do research for yourself, then that's on you. Every day when I look on here, all I see is Ripple news. All right? It must just be the sources you're following, okay? If you go to Google or Twitter and you look up Ripple new business, Ripple acquisitions, go ahead and just look through what you see, man. This is from Business Wire. This is from 44 minutes ago. Axelar delivers first cross-chain connectivity for the new XRP Ledger EVM sidechain. This is from France. Today at ETHCC, Axelar Foundation, in collaboration with Ripple, Peersys, and the broader XRP Ledger ecosystem, announced cross-chain connectivity for the XRPL EVM sidechain, and XRP Ledger mainnet is live on day one via Axelar. XRPL EVM sidechain is a fast and secure sidechain connected to the XRPL via Axelar, a leading interoperability protocol connecting over 80 blockchains. Axelar is the first cross-chain connector for transferring assets such as wrapped XRP, which will serve as the native gas token on the new XRP Ledger EVM sidechain. Additionally, the sidechain is integrated with Squid as the cross-chain transfer UI app for the XRPL and EVM sidechain, elevating XRPL's multi-chain capabilities. So now XRPL is in on 80 chains, man. Just like that. And we see a few application partners, Strobe, Secured, Vertex. They're using Block Scout and Gold Sky. This is from David Schwartz. The XRPL EVM sidechain introduces a new option for developers who want to build with EVM compatible tools while leveraging XRP in the broader XRPL ecosystem. This whole time we thought that XRP and ETH were big competitors, but what we failed to truly realize was that Vitalik was almost a Ripple employee. He was there with the Ripple guys before Ripple was truly Ripple, okay? And he came away from that saying, I'm not gonna be a Ripple employee, I didn't get my visa, quote unquote. But instead he turned around and built Ethereum, something that XRP has needed all this time. And now we see that XRP is interoperable with the Ethereum virtual machine. And we see this through Flare as well. You gotta remember that Flare was supposed to be an L2 on top of XRPL. Instead, they built an L1 built on top of the Ethereum virtual machine, which is gonna benefit XRP. This is all connected, man. The EVM and XRP are interoperable. Fucking huge, dude. This is from Forbes from June 2nd. Ripple's XRP just won a surprising new ally as huge price rally leaves Bitcoin in the dust. From Billy Bambro. Look at this. It says that XRP has been adopted as a treasury reserve asset by the Saudi-backed Vivo Power. So that's right, this is from the Saudi prince, right? Vivo Power. If you're not watching and listening, this shit's coming out every week, every day. Go follow the Crypto Barbie. Go follow a digital asset investor. Get yourself hyped up, man. Go listen to me every day, huh? I don't want to say that. If you want to, do it. If you don't. I don't care, okay? I'm here talking to the void, man. I do this for myself. This is crypto therapy. Dude, this crypto market is tough to navigate. And after 8 years, you're sitting too close to that wall, bro. You almost become Humpty Dumpty. You climb up the wall. Next thing you know, you're like a fucking light sway away from falling down and becoming busted, bro. And some people never make it back from getting broken. There's a lucky few who could get broken and lose it all and come back, dude. Because it takes a lot of mental wherewithal to fucking lose it all and come back. And I'm not wishing that on anybody. The best thing to do is to hold your bag close to your chest, to write your 12-word down, to not tell anybody your plan, to shut the fuck up and forget, man. That's the best thing you could do. Vivo Power, a sustainable energy NASDAQ-listed company, has said its plans to buy $121 million worth of XRP, raising the funds via a private share placement and sending its stock sharply higher. The fundraising is being led by Saudi Prince Abdulaziz bin Turki Abdulaziz Al Saud, investing $100 million with former SBI Ripple Asia executive Adam Trademan, joining Vivo Power as chairman of the board. Dude, come on, man. Look around the room, motherfucker. April 8th, Ripple agrees to acquire prime broker Hayden Road for $1.25 billion in one of the largest deals in the digital asset space. So that guy must be trolling, man. I'm responding saying, look it up. I'm doing research for you guys because you guys are tuning in, all right? You got to listen to this video if you want to find out my research. And I do this research anyways. This is just what I do. Okay, I sit around and I look shit up on the investments that I'm going in on because I want to feel confident in my investments. And I've never felt more confident in something than XRP and Flare. In terms of investments, come on, man. I sleep good. I know my money is secure. It's like Michael Saylor said, I know this is sound money. This is sound money. But the sounds are just like that guy at that concert in the UK. I heard you want your country back. Fuck that. You know, it's like, it's not a good sound, bro. It's actually a sound that's angering people. And the banks are getting ready to say, no, fuck you and your little sound. You guys can stick around as digital gold if you want, you little shitbag. We're not gonna fucking use you for anything. You little fart, you little fucking pussy. You're gonna do nothing.
I'm gonna crash your face right here.
Do it then, you little
You
fart.
have another question?
Do it. Do it then, you little pussy. What? Do it. Do it. Come on, do something then. Do something, stand up. What'll you do? You'll do nothing. You'll do nothing, you little fart. Go and sit back down. Sit back down, you little pussy.
Fucking pussy. Everything you talk.
You little mushroom.
Hey,
You little chorizo, you fucking Spanish sausage.
you're fucking.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to play that for you because it's UFC, but it's just great trash talking by Paddy Pimblett where he tells Ilya Taporia that he's a little fart and a little pussy and then he needs to sit down and then he'll do nothing. You'll do nothing. There's something about hearing somebody trash talk you with a British slang. Nobody fucking likes that shit, dude. Hey, fix your voice before you talk to me with that slang, bro. You'll do nothing, you little fart. And you're like, God, fuck you, bro. It's hilarious, right? Paddy Pimblett, like, that's funny, man. He puts out good content too, dude. I'm a fan of his, you know, and I think that laughing is important. I think that doing things that you enjoy is important. I like watching UFC, man. You know, and a part of the deal is that I used to really enjoy the NBA, but the NBA is so rigged. It's so fake. They keep catching more and more players fucking gambling on their own games. Malik Beasley, latest one. Dude, this guy was a pretty big name player. Was he on the championship Nuggets? I don't know. He could have been. Gambling on his own games, man. And then you see the videos. Somebody put together a compilation of all the times he fucking just let it go, you know? He didn't give a fuck, dude. He was out there trying to get his extra money on that. How much money did he make per game, bro? It was easily like 80K to 100K a game. That wasn't enough for him, man. He had to be gambling on the side. Not even on himself to win, dude. People love P. Rose because he bet on himself to win. He never bet against himself, dude. That's how he got 4,000 hits, bro. He was all fucking gassed up, bro. He was playing for something that others weren't playing for. They said he was in too deep to the mob, bro. He was playing for his life. He wanted to get out of debt, bro. Dude, I implore you guys to get out of debt. Get out of debt, man. Be debt-free before the crypto boom. That way when you get your nice little crypto stack, you don't have to give it all back to the fucking creditors, man. Get out of debt. Do whatever you gotta do. Get on the Xrp rich list, get yourself 100,000 Flare, and spend all your money from your job getting out of debt. That way when you fucking hit it times 10 on the Xrp rich list, 2,500 times 10, you got 25 G's. If you're on the Flare rich list, you got 100K Flare, and dude, Flare goes to $1, bro, you got 100K in Flare. Come on. How much is that gonna be when you're earning a yield? Do you even need to sell your XRP if you're able to earn a yield? We're all different. It depends on our scenarios, okay? My sell points are going to be different than yours because what I need is different than what you need, all right? I got a family. I live in this part of the country, etc. My bills are different. My day-to-day expenses are different. But you could always live cheaper, all right? You could always make yourself lunch. You could always start meal prepping. It is cheaper to meal prep, man. Don't listen to these motherfuckers saying, it's actually cheaper to eat out and you don't have to waste your time cutting onions. Don't listen to those guys, man. It is cheaper to meal prep. You make a boatload of pasta and you get fucking 8 meals out of it and it only costs you $25 to make? Come on. That means it costs $3.50 a meal, something like that. Where are you eating out at for $3.50 a meal besides McDonald's? And even then, what are you getting, 1 cheeseburger these days? I believe you should be on the Xrp Rich list. This isn't financial advice. I just don't want to see my buddies miss the boat, okay? It's Zach with Web3 Reviews. Thank you for being with us. Have a great Monday. Until next time.